Let's start the review, but before telling you anything about the bike, let me first tell you what happened with me when I was going to buy the Duke. So at first I was going to buy the RS, the yellow color. Like I was in love with this the yellow color bike and was also in a mood to buy one. So I went to the Bajaj showroom to buy the RS. But besides that Bajaj showroom, there was the KTM showroom, and the salesman told me you are buying this bike, you should also take a test ride of the Duke. So I took the test ride of the Duke, and then rest is history. I bought that bike because I was in love with Duke, the power delivery on that. So if you saw my R3 video, in that video I told you guys I really love the rev meter that is analog, and this bike has that. So I really love the whole console in this thing. Really good one, and also it is really easy to read, like the speed, the revs, it is really easy to read all those things. And a major plus point that this bike has over KTM Duke or KTM RC200 is the top speed. We all know this bike can go till 150, okay? So that is the major plus point for this bike, because we all want our KTMs to go a little bit more than that 135, 136 kilometers per hour, and it kind of stops there. So kind of feels like something is stopping you, but not on this bike. This bike will take you all the way till 150, 151 kilometers per hour. Now let's talk about the thing that we all will be buying this bike for, and that is that engine. So vibrations, not at all. I'm really loving this trend from Bajaj that they are killing all the vibrations from all their bikes, like the Avengers and the Dominar. I had a problem with the vibrations on those bikes before when I did a video on those bikes, but now those bikes are awesome, and I'm recommending them to all of you if you want to buy one. Awesome bikes, no vibrations at all, and the same case is here. So no vibrations, even if I'm sitting at 7,000-8,000 RPM, no vibrations at all. So talking about the seating position on this thing, the handlebars are a little bit raised up, so you won't be feeling any strain on your wrist or back. And also the seat is really comfortable, like 25% more comfortable than my bike. So long journeys on this thing won't be any problem. Talking about this windscreen, till here till my chest I'm not facing any wind blast, but above that there's a little bit of wind blast, and taller windscreen will solve that issue. So the brakes on this thing are really good. The bite is also progressive on this thing, and the feel is also there. And when I'm saying that bite is progressive, when I brake suddenly, I can control the bike a lot nicely, and I won't be facing any issues with the braking department when I have to do emergency braking. because I can control that braking. And also this bike has ABS, so no problem of wheel lock or anything like that. So holding yourself on this bike using the tank is like really good, because this thing has this rubbery part here, so your legs won't be slipping. And also the position and the carvings on this tank is like so good for placing your legs here and like a kind of holding yourself while you are doing a corner. And also the handlebar, like it is a little bit raised up, but it is not intruding me in any sort of way while I am hitting the corners or leaning the bike. Like it is really comfortable. This bike is so planted at top speeds, like there's no wobbling or anything of that sort. The bike is like planted to the ground and goes straight. And even while cornering, if you hit some bumps, the suspension setup is like really good. It will absorb all of that and you won't be facing any problems while cornering. So talking about the build quality on this bike, the outside surface is like really good, but when you start digging like these inside panels, this is where that the quality degrades a little bit. Talking about the off-camera scenes, even at 100 kilometers per hour, this bike has like literally no vibrations at all. And even at 100 kilometers per hour, if you leave the throttle, like you shut it, there won't be like that much engine braking that you suddenly start stopping, which people who have ridden KTM will understand. Okay, so no such problem like that. So when I was riding this bike fast, I was in like 5th gear and I was like in 120 kilometers per hour, and I thought like that's it, but it had one more gear to go and I was able to achieve a top speed of like 140-ish something. I really love the brakes on this thing, like they are so controllable. And also as I ride my KTM every day, I'm like, sometimes I feel like this bike has a lot of engine braking, but on this thing, like it is so easy going and so smooth, like you won't be facing any issues with the engine braking when you downshift, because a lot of engine braking sometimes becomes really difficult for you to control the bike in like traffic situations and when you are in a lower gear, so that becomes a really big problem, but not on this bike. So now I will be stopping for a thumbnail. Okay, so let's talking about the design on this bike. I like, for some people it might be a little overdone, but I really love it, and I really like this tail section. It's really good, like kind of feels like crystals are embedded there. And if you talk about the color, if I had to buy this bike, I would have gone for the yellow one. I just told you guys in the starting, I was in love with that yellow and I was gonna name my bike Bumblebee. So I really like that yellow color. And a really good thing that many other bikes in the 200cc don't have is this ABS. And that's why I think this bike is really good for beginners. Because you want a bike that you can enjoy, and you, like for a beginner, they don't know a lot about that engine braking, rev matching and all. Okay, so for beginners, you need a bike on which you can learn things. And if that engine braking and everything starts disturbing you a lot, then that will not be any good. That's why I think this is the this is a really good bike for beginners, those who are looking for a bike in around 1.5 lakh segment, because this looks really good, has a lot of power, but manageable power, not that instant power that you get with KTM, and also really manageable engine braking. And a really good thing that I like about this bike are these brakes. Like, they are so progressive, yet they have that bite in them, and that bite is progressive, so under panic braking there won't be any situation that your wheels will get locked. And also this bike comes with MRF, and while I was doing some cornering on this bike, I did not feel like that these tires were giving away. The tires are really good, holds the corners really well, and the handling on this bike is really good. The suspensions are a little bit soft, but that is what was giving me comfort on the bad sections. And also they are not that soft that you will be facing any kind of issues while doing some cornering. And I really like the seating position on this thing. Like, it's really comfortable yet sporty, and there's not that much strain on my wrist when I'm riding this bike. And the gear shifting on this thing, like, it is so precise and exact. And also this bike is really good for doing rev matching. Like, it is really good for rev matching and also for doing clutchless upshifts. Okay, so for beginners who want to get into all this, that is a really good thing. And talking about the bad points on this bike, see, I don't think there's any bad point on this bike. The only thing that I feel like is that for some people the design might be a little bit overdone. And next, there's I don't think there's any bad problems with this bike. And also you have Bajaj, so the service cost and everything won't be a issue on this thing like we have on KTM bikes, because as a beginner, like, KTM bike becomes really expensive to maintain, but this thing is not. And under the sunlight I'm seeing that this bumper is sparkling. And this thing also comes with these projector headlamps, so no issues while riding in night. And this engine is really good. Like, I just told you guys, like, what all this engine has to offer you, and that is a really good thing considering you are a beginner and you are looking for a bike that you can learn things upon. Okay, so that is a thing I really like. The exhaust note after 8000 rpm, really good, really sweet, really good. So yeah, that was my review for the Pulsar RS 200. The review you guys were asking, like, every day I was getting comments to review this bike, so here it is, guys. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you people like this video. Sorry for being a little late to review this bike, and like this video, subscribe if you haven't till now, and also turn on the bell notification so that you get notified about my every new video. And if you have any suggestions or any questions regarding this bike, comment down below, and also check out my Instagram and Facebook page. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.